and it's like making me get, just telling it, comes the worst yell that I've ever heard. It was so loud and so powerful.
And then suddenly they came across a set of huge footprints that went away from them.
Hello, history buffs, time travelers, and scholars. The mystery of Bigfoot has been around for centuries, with countless people claiming to have seen the elusive creature hiding in remote forests and mountains. What started as a regular hunting trip in Alaska's tough wilderness quickly turned into a terrifying experience when they stumbled upon what could be the real Bigfoot. A group of hunters led by Native American tracker Sam Longfoot went into the Tongass National Forest to hunt a huge 1,000-pound grizzly bear. But whole team was shocked after what they found there, the shadowy figure in the forest.
What is that?
It all began with some speculation. You know, there's always that one team member who's really into spooky stories. During a routine recording, this person spotted something eerie in the distance, with glowing eyes lurking in the depths. And of course, they immediately started speculating that it was Bigfoot. Hunting grizzly bears is no joke. It's dangerous, and even the smallest mistake can be deadly. Experienced hunters know that when a bear charges at you, every second counts. The team was well equipped and almost ready to have a wrestling match with the bear. But on this particular hunt, as the group ventured deeper into the woods, they realized they weren't alone. A tall, shadowy figure was spotted near their camp. Could it be the mysterious creature people have talked about for years? The truth behind what they saw is even more dramatic than anyone expected, and what happens next is unbelievable. The guide leading this trip was a skilled expert known for tracking and capturing the biggest bears. Their routine was to head into the forest from their main boat every day and return each night, looking for their target bear. The forest was always wet and dim, with thick green moss covering the ground, making their steps and those of any nearby bears silent. This made the hunt even more intense, as the roles of hunter and prey could easily switch at any moment. Right away, they found fresh bear tracks and claw marks on the trees, clear signs of a nearby large bear. But when it started raining heavily, they decided to head back since the rain could hide important sounds, making it too risky to continue. The rain didn't stop, keeping them stuck on their boat longer than planned. Once the weather improved, they went back into the forest, their boots sinking into the wet moss with each step. The bear tracks they found were huge, showing there was definitely a massive bear nearby. The thick forest blocked their view, making them nervous. A big grizzly could be just a few feet away, and they wouldn't even see it. But as they pushed deeper, they noticed a different set of tracks, much larger and clearly not from a bear. It hit them that they might be following something even more intriguing and scary. Sasquatch. This unexpected discovery made the trip even more intense. Not only were they dealing with a huge bear, but possibly a much bigger Sasquatch. Despite the danger, their curiosity drove them to keep following the trail of giant footprints, leading them deeper into the unknown. This change in focus, from tracking grizzly bears to following Bigfoot, completely transformed their mission. They soon found themselves leaving the thick, damp forest and entering a more open area with tall grass and scattered trees. But do you think they are safe out there? No, definitely not. This was the kind of place where things could go wrong quickly. A hidden animal could suddenly charge at them without warning. The ground felt strangely soft, like walking on a cushion, making every step uncertain as they moved through this risky environment. As they stepped into the clearing, a strong, awful smell hit them, so bad it nearly made them gag. The stench was so intense that it was hard to keep calm. While they were still dealing with the smell, a large figure began to rise from the grass about 50 feet away. They immediately knew what it was. All of them ducked down to hide, but this made it hard to keep an eye on the creature. If Bigfoot decided to turn around, they were in a dangerous spot. They could hear it making grunting noises, and then suddenly, everything went quiet. They didn't dare move, scared that even the slightest motion might trigger an attack. So, they stayed hidden, gripping their guns tightly, for what felt like forever, but was really just over 30 minutes. Every nerve was on edge, waiting for any sign of movement in the tall grass that could mean the creature was coming toward them. Finally, one of them felt it was safe enough to peek. Seeing no immediate threat, he signaled the others, and they slowly backed out of the area, making their way back to the boat and eventually to their ship. Shaken by the close call with Bigfoot, who had apparently just stood up from its resting place when they ducked, they decided to end the day. Even though they were scared, new clues kept pushing them forward, curious about what else they might uncover. The tracks of a new threat. Despite the scare from the day before, the team wasn't ready to give up just yet. They knew a massive grizzly bear might still be nearby.
Right now, we are leaving Pacific City on the Oregon coast, heading south, and soon we'll be turning east up into the Coast Ranges. The Coast Ranges range all the way from here to California.
The next morning, they loaded their gear onto the small boat and headed back to shore. As they approached the forest, they followed the same path as before. But this time, there were no fresh grizzly tracks. Instead, they found something far more startling. 2 sets of Sasquatch footprints, side by side. One set was much larger than the other. It seemed the grizzly had moved on, possibly scared off by these new powerful creatures, or avoiding a fight for territory. Of course, no one could say for sure, since so little is known about how these mysterious creatures behave in the wild. But one thing was clear. The bear was gone, and now they were in the territory of not just one, but 2 Sasquatches. Looking back on the previous day, when they first spotted the Sasquatch rising from the grass, they remembered how they instinctively ducked. Even though the creature wasn't standing fully upright, it still towered at least 4 feet above the tall grass. Considering one of the team members was 6 feet tall and the grass reached his height, they estimated the larger Sasquatch to be between 11 and 12 feet tall. They had measured its footprints while tracking it, which confirmed their estimates. With this newfound information, they decided to follow the 2 sets of footprints as far as they safely could. They ventured deep into the forest, about a mile in, when they came across a large fallen tree covered in moss. The most famous Bigfoot video is a short film from 1967 by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, called the Patterson-Gimlin film, or just the Patterson film. It was shot at Bluff Creek and shows what looks like a big, hairy, 2-legged creature, or Bigfoot, walking through a clearing. People still argue about whether the video is real, but many believe it was a hoax, with the creature likely being someone in a costume. The hunters were left in awe by the sheer enormity of the creatures they encountered. Despite the initial fear, their curiosity remains intact. The encounter with the 2 Sasquatches, towering at a height they'd only read about in legends, brought a sense of humility. Standing in the wild, with nature's true giants just out of reach, was both a chilling and awe-inspiring experience. Yet, as they returned to the ship, the pressing question lingered. Was this truly an encounter with the mythical Sasquatch, or had their imaginations simply filled in the blanks of what the wilderness could hold? Some people say they've heard Bigfoot making sounds like shrieks, howls, growls, or even screams. These creatures are also linked to other noises, like wood knocking, according to Scientific American. Sometimes, recordings of strange noises thought to be from Bigfoot catch the media's attention, but most of the time, these sounds come from known animals, like foxes or coyotes. Brian Regal, a history professor at Keene University and author of the book Searching for Sasquatch, told Live Science that people see what they want in the video. You watch it, and you believe whatever you want to believe, he said. Bigfoot or Yeti sightings are making headlines again after a group of high school graduates from southern Louisiana said they saw a tall, human-like creature with glowing eyes in Kisatchie National Forest, Louisiana, according to the New York Post. The students from Huma reported the sighting on June 28th. One of them even called 911, saying they heard a growl. The police came and brought the group back, but during the investigation, they couldn't find any strange evidence. In 2019, some researchers claimed to have audio and video proof of Bigfoot in Kisatchie National Forest. Later, in October, a couple also filmed what they believed was Bigfoot in Colorado. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, and Yeti are large, hairy creatures that some people believe exist. While many have reported seeing them, others argue that it's just a myth. The debate over Bigfoot's existence has been going on for over 100 years.
Here, look at him, he's way back there. We're walking the trail here. Oh my god. Where is he there? He's back here, boys. Where'd he go here?
What do you think? Did the hunters witness one of nature's best-kept secrets? Or is it another chapter in the long line of Bigfoot myths? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're as fascinated by tales of creatures lurking in the wild as we are, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the unknown.